Welcome to the Addwit Institute's crash course on awareness about the 6 critical life positions. And this is preview session, a sample session to help you to take a decision whether you should sign up for this program or not. In order to help you decide, let me begin by asking this one simple question. Have you ever seen anyone or observed anyone around you who has ever complained or shown sign of not having work-life balance, not having a good quality of life, not being able to balance between the pressures from the workplace and the joy and the pleasure that all of us look for in the personal and social life? Yes, if you are looking forward to having work-life balance, good quality of life, personal prosperity and what we can call financial happiness, then this program is going to be very useful awareness session for you. Awareness session because these expectations like work-life balance, having a quality in life, personal prosperity and the financial happiness, these are the matters which are dependent upon 6 critical life positions. Yes, let me repeat. Work-life balance, quality of life, personal prosperity and financial happiness, they are all dependent upon only 6 critical life positions. We will talk about why do we call it critical, so to say, in a moment. But before that, let me emphasize that this is something which we can call a long-term proposition. By long-term proposition, what I mean is that we take action today and its results are seen in long term, maybe after 1 month, 1 year, or maybe after 2 years. So for those friends who are looking for immediate joy, something instant like watch a movie and have the entertainment, or order a pizza and enjoy it within 15 minutes. So if we are looking for this kind of instant joy, then this program or this idea of 6 critical life position may not appeal them as such. Although we affectionately accept their thinking also, but then the idea of 6 critical life position works in what we can call long-term proposition. Act upon this awareness today so that we have the outcome in due course of time. So is this program meant for you? Yes, if you are a person who has a long-term thinking and the one who is looking for work-life balance, quality of life, personal prosperity and financial happiness, and if the idea of 6 critical life position itself draws your attention, appeals you in some manner. What are those 6 critical life positions? We will discuss all the 6 critical life position in the next session and I'll give you clue about it in a moment. But before that, let me talk about why do we call it critical life position. When we say that these are critical life position, we mean that these are critical in nature. Meaning that once we are aware about it, then it requires us to pay attention to it and to do something about it. Getting involved in doing something about that critical life position which we think is important for us is a priority for us. To give you a clue about what those 6 critical life positions are, one of them is our language skills and the self-definition. And just as much as on the name of the language itself, I would like to insist upon the process of language assimilation. This is one of the first critical life positions because the language helps us to connect to the rest of the world, or in other words, it opens the door to the rest of the world for us. It helps us to understand in our own mind as to how does the world work. It also helps us to understand what is my position in this world and what is my role in this world. So this way, language assimilation process and the worldview that we develop out of our language skills and the self-definition that we create out of this awareness becomes critical because this is the bedrock upon which we develop our thinking process, develop our decision-making process, develop our plans and future course of action. Hence, critical. And definitely you would have noticed for yourself that the quality of language used by successful people is definitely superior compared to the quality of language used in other layers of society. But then this was only to give you a clue. We will talk more about language acquisition process and language as a critical life position in the third session after taking a stock of all the 6 critical life positions in the next session. Before we close this session, I would like to also give you a glimpse of why does the idea of 6 critical life positions work. We may also call it the proof of concept. The proof of concept that the idea of 6 critical life positions work. The first proof of concept is that if we expect formal education to equip us to handle our work-life balance and the quality of life and the personal prosperity, then all I have to say is that it doesn't. The formal education does not equip us to handle our personal life. If at all the formal education could equip us, then all the classmates sitting together, passing out the same cohort, would enjoy the similar level of work-life balance, personal prosperity, and the quality of life, but that does not happen. Soon after finishing the campus life, within 6 months, within 12 months, within 2 years, the difference starts appearing. So first proof of concept that the idea of awareness about the 6 critical life position will work is that the formal education, the degrees, do not equip us to handle the critical life positions at all. I agree that some income may start flowing because we have the formal education, because we have begun our career based upon the formal degree. But then in the long term, it is the awareness about the 6 critical life positions which will help us, which will alert us about what is the next important life position and life role for us. The second proof of concept is that the idea of 6 critical life position is dependent upon action. It is nothing theoretical as such, and also only the awareness that you are getting through this program will only be a beginning. Once we are aware and then take action, then only we can expect the result. The proof of concept here is that it is the action which will yield us the desired results. Desired results, as we discussed earlier, quality of life, work-life balance, personal prosperity and financial happiness. And to kind of distinguish between awareness and action, let me draw an example from reading a cookbook which gets us the awareness and then going into the kitchen and acting upon whatever we read in the book. It is only when we involve ourselves in the kitchen that we get the nice hot steaming soup, not from being aware about its recipe. So awareness must translate to action, and in order to help you to get into action mode, the Addwit Institute has also put up a number of programs and publications to support you once you are aware about the 6 critical life positions. Action has to come from your side, then only you can expect the result from it. And the third proof of concept, about which we are not going to talk in detail within this program, it is something we cover in the Directors Onboarding for the Strategic Advantage program put up by the Addwit Institute, for which you will find link below this video. There are 2 additional conceptual framework which makes the idea of 6 critical life positions complete. One of them is a framework for ethical prosperity, and the other one is called IGP framework. IGP denoting the infrastructure development, the governance development, and the people development. So it is the triad of awareness and action about the 6 critical life positions working together like components in the complex engine with the framework for ethical prosperity and the IGP framework that makes the idea of 6 critical life positions dependable, reliable, something to know more about and something to act upon once we are aware about it. So in order to summarize whatever we discussed in this session, number 1, Is this program meant for me? Yes, if I am a person of long-term thinking, taking action today and knowing that it will yield some results in long term. And two, if I am a person who's looking forward to having work-life balance, quality of life, personal prosperity, and financial happiness in my life. Why do we call it critical? Because once we are aware about it, then acting upon it becomes the next logical step. What are the 6 critical life positions? We discussed one of them in this session about the way we assimilate language and the way it helps us to form the worldview and the self-definition. But we will discuss all the 6 critical life positions in the next session, which is available only for the enrolled users. What is the proof of concept that the idea of 6 critical life positions work? Number 1, the formal education does not equip us to handle our personal life. Number 2, it will give results only if we act upon it. Mere awareness is not sufficient. And number 3, the idea of 6 critical life position functions in conjunction with the framework for ethical prosperity and the IGP framework. And finally, before signing off, let us take a quick look at the overall design of the program. Session number 2 onwards, which is available to only the enrolled users. In the session number 2, we will discuss each of the 6 critical life positions. In session number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, we will delve into some more detail into each of the 6 critical life positions. And in session number 9, you will have access to the assignments and the tasks that you must complete in order to get certificate of having completed this program. Awareness about the 6 critical life positions. Mind you, the total watch time for this program is about 1 hour, and this program will remain on your dashboard for almost 4 weeks. If you have any question, you can write to this email ID care@addwit.org. We will meet in the next session, the 6 critical life positions. Namaste.